Hi guys, so yeah, I can't sleep, so let's do the tips for the priest. So right now, what I'm going to do is give you like a brief explanation with the skills that we have, and if I think something, then I'll add to it. So in the early game, so the first job for the priest is the acolyte. So as an acolyte, you need to be um, you need to be familiar with your skills so that you will not have a hard time leveling up during the start of the OBT. So let's go and have this discussed. So first is the heal. So this one is a single friendly heal. So it means that it can heal you plus another single um, member of the party. So if you have like another party member or teammate that has lower HP like you, then both of you will be healed with the skills. So this one is all int based. So you can get the int with your base stat points here, and then you can also get that for from the enchantment. Okay. Next is the passive of that, the Soulmender. So this one adds to the healing effect of this single friendly heal. So this passive is just for this skill. It doesn't add up to the heal effectiveness of the whole character. So when you cast this heal, that's the time that the Soulmender takes effect. Okay? So you better have that both given with points so that your heal will be enhanced. Next is the blessing. So this blessing is being asked normally by the physical attack players like the archers, the knight, the the blacksmith or the merchants, because they need the STR index and then the int goes to you. So it increases the STR dex and int of your friendly targets or your party members. And also, you can use this to remove some curse and petrify. So, normally for Drake, we use this during the time when there are the maps before the shipwreck. I think that's like times 30 of the HP of the boss. So, normally those mobs curse or cursing the tank when they have the aggro. So make sure that you use this so that they will not be slowed down, because the curse from those mobs slows down the skills or the attack or the damage of the tanker or the one who has the aggro. And then the petrify, I'm not sure if it's petrified, but with Osiris, when you've got um, stoned or when you turned into to a stone, you can use this. I mean, if your teammate turned into a stone, you can use this to bring back them to life, or I mean, remove them from being stoned. Yun. So, to remove the curse or petrify, you use this. Okay? And then, after the blessing, it has like this passive to increase agility max. It increases the agility and your attack speed. Oh no, attack speed and movement speed. So the reason why I have this on level 10 is because you really need this to increase your attack speed and your movement. Priests are really slow poke. I mean, they really run slow and walk slow during the dungeon. So make sure that you have those as passive so that when you cast the blessing, you move faster. Okay, especially with those dungeons that you need to run and run and run for your lives. That's very useful. Next is the mace mastery. This one is being used by like battle priest, the ones that use like the physical attack mace. So I don't have that because I'm using the shield and wand. So if you're using the shield and wand that has the magic penetration, so you don't need those. Okay, so there are like three types of combo weapon for priest. You have like the the two-handed book, and then the shield and wand, and for the magic penne, and then the shield and wand for physical penne for battle priest. Okay, so the battle priest, like, they are the one that uses attack speed, like some of the knight and like assassins, I think. So they use those. And then next is the Signum Crucis. So this one is like the AoE effect for, or skill for priest. So all of the mobs inside that circle are being damaged. So you can use that. It also decreases the def and mdef of your enemies. That's why you really need this during your grind, especially when you have your solo Odin or doing Odin with your team. So you need that because like priest doesn't really have high damage, so you really need to break into your enemy's def and mdef so that you can have them damage, or you can input some damage to them. Okay, next is the blessing, light blessing. This one is like very important even in higher levels because it is like a lion seal. So for 10 seconds, so it's like it regenerates your HP within 10 seconds with this multiplier. So this one uses M attack, okay, not int. Okay, so you have your heal and um wait, Signum Crucis as int base, and the Signum also deals with M attack, and this heal is based on M attack. So the higher M attack that you have, then the higher heal that you can give to your teammates. Okay, and this one is really good during the runs when you need to run for your lives, just like the blessing. So because you can cast it while running like this without you pausing to cast it, unlike for this heal you need to pause, right? So yeah, so this one you need to pause to cast the heal, while the other one you can cast it while running. See, right? That one. So that is really helpful during PvP and PvE runs when you need to run for your lives. And then the next one is the Holy Light. This one is single target holy damage. So um normally if they have, if your enemy has Kyrie or shield, it breaks that shield, it dispels that, and your attack still penetrates them. And after you've got the second job, which is the priest, this one has like a passive to do like a chance to stun the enemies. So this one is really helpful. So during the Acolyte days, you only have this Signum's Crucis and then the Holy Light as your DPS or your offensive skills. So it's better to have those skills with points, or if you can have that higher, that's fine. But make sure that you don't sacrifice the buffs, the heals, and the shields. So the shield that we're talking about is the Kyrie. So as much as possible, if you can have this like level 10, it will be better because um this one is really useful even in higher levels because it will really save your ass. So for example, this one is at level 8, so you can receive like damage 9 times without getting um without any damage on your HP or deduction your HP. So it's like a shield for 9 times. So 9 times, right? And it takes effect like 10 seconds. So for example, you got hit within for example, within 8 seconds you already got hit 9 times, for example, by an archer. Then the effect of the carry has already been used, so it will already end. Okay, but if in case that you got um, um, killed or hit with by, for example, like 5 times only within 10 seconds, then the Kyrie ends its effect after 10 seconds. Okay? So, basta the effect is only within 10 seconds for level 8 Kyrie. So, the effect is only up to 10 seconds. But if you already consumed all the hits that you can get before the time ends, then the effect already ends. Okay? Next, so this one is really helpful. I promise you, you should not never forget that in any of your runs, even up to your high priest levels. Okay? So right now these are my skill points because I only have like 41. I'm still at job 41. Too far from being a priest. So I only have few. The reason why I focus on this because you see, we don't want like a slowpoke priest, diba? See, it's so mabagal. So if you have this, it moves faster, right? So if you don't have that boost or that buff, you will like run really slow during the, when you need to run away from those red circles or red lines for Drake, for example, diba? So you really need those. For the ano pa ba? So for this, so right now this account is using shield and wand. I'm trying this, so it has low. This one is like for testing purposes only. So this one is the shield in wand. Okay, so some of the players wants this because it gives a lot more of the HP. So sabi nila it makes you makunat or it makes your HP higher, so they want this. And the book type is like a vigor type. So let's see one because I don't think I have those here. So this one is for vigor. So vigor is you use this to decrease a skill's variable cooldown and channeling time. So the channeling time is the casting time. So you need to have that higher vigor for you to have speedy speedy casting or like quick casting and less cooldown. Okay, so for other infos for the priest job and the high priest, I will discuss it tomorrow because I'm already sleepy. Okay, if you have questions, just hit me up. Thank you so much. Bye bye.